There are three orders of Scientologists. The third order is the believer. They are the followers, the quiet believers, the ones on whom the church relies for its income. While they are indeed foolish or susceptible to trickery, they are not to be hated. They are to be pitied, and to be saved. Our mission is to free them from the shackles of their blindness. They are but the lambs gone astray. In the promises of Scientology, they have sought the new and improved life. They are being lured over the dark precipice, and we must rescue them from that brink before they cross it and fall into darkness forever. The second order is the zealot. They are the spokespeople, the loud, abrasive megaphones through which the siren song of this dangerous cult blares. This is both the celebrity figureheads of the group, and its middle and lower management. They are to be fought, but with measured restraint. While active agents of this monstrous mockery of faith, they too are believers at heart. They must be defeated, but shown the light as well. For most in this category, there is hope, and we must not forsake them. There is still a chance they may see truth through unclouded eyes once more. The first order is the overseer. They are the masterminds, the silent power structure through which their second order acts. These are the madmen on the ocean yacht, the proud financiers of mercenary legal teams, and the shrewd conspirators whose pockets are lined with the spoils of the church's lies. While the zealots shall be the ones we face upon the battlefield, they are but pawns of this highest division of vile swine. We must defeat their front ranks of indoctrinated pawns, but when at last we reach these foes, we must cut them down without mercy. It is to the first order I address the second part of this short treatise. You are scum. You are the lowest of the low. Whether or not you believe an inkling of the impossible nonsense you trot out to masquerade as a religion, you are still guilty of the willing and knowing destruction of countless lives. You are charlatans of the highest order, and must be stopped in the name of reason, justice, honesty, and every other basic human virtue. You have committed innumerable treacheries against your fellow man. In the following text, I shall list the themes of your deplorable actions. Some shall seem similar, and many shall overlap, but each is an independent crime I directly and openly levy against you. 1. You charge exorbitant sums of money for what you claim is enlightenment. All texts and practices associated with gaining a greater understanding of your belief system require ludicrous sums of cash. Your entire church's structure is designed to ensnare those who invest in attempting to progress in the faith you promised them, and continue to drain them of money. Your greed is clearly evident in the carrot-and-stick methodology of cementing the faith of your constituency. The further one gets, the more one has been coerced into spending, and will go on spending so as not to lose face. What you claim is a hierarchy of faith is but a thinly veiled pyramid scheme to those who are not clouded in judgment by your lies. 2. You attempt to dominate the lives of your followers at all costs. You denounce accepted medicine, psychology, and common sense as basic tenets of your church. While you claim openness to other faiths, your dogma not only is starkly in contrast to that of other common faiths, but directly denounces them as fabrications meant only to distract and deter people from your twisted version of the truth. Mainstream religions act as a support system for its followers, not a guiding life force. While guidelines for living life are set forth and you may be judged for your actions, people are free to live life as they please. They are not egged on to rise in meaning, levels of faith for a false sense of satisfaction for going so deep into your sick maze. 3. You prey incessantly on your every opponent and have openly declared your desire for their total destruction. A true faith would attempt simply to attract followers. What you have chosen is an onslaught on so-called heretics reserved for, in mainstream religions, militant radicals and past atrocities. The ferocity of your hatred for non-believers, or even your conscientious and peaceful dissenters, finds parallel only in gun-toting fundamentalists and the Spanish Inquisition. Where commonly accepted religions just shun their detractors, you openly attempt to silence them. The upkeep of your illusions requires the constant limiting of free speech, which is counter to the aims of a rational and progressive world. There are both a livelihood and lives undone by your work, and you must be punished for your errant destruction. 4. You refuse to disclose the direct beliefs of your church. Be it motivated by either greed or shame, you intentionally repress what you claim are the keys to happiness. There are numerous divisions and departments in your organization devoted to handling funds, acting more like the part of a corporation than a part of a religious institution. This fact alone is enough to illustrate your inherent depravity. Any person who is truly aiming for the advancement of mankind would never dare demand a fee, as you do. Even those who you connive into throwing their money and their lives away in your name are not privy to much of your core information. 5. You preach and exert a level of hubris that is repulsive to any person who truly knows your ways. You promise your faithful the power to become like gods, and to gain unachievable degrees of control over their lives. This, based on removing all the tens, of which it is impossible to tell how many there are and if they were removed properly. This process can last as long as people are egged on to believe there's more, the tens, to remove. On the backs of your deceived masses, you craft your ironclad walls and slowly lose sight of the sun of reality. You begin to acclimate to the darkness of your own mania. You flaunt the laws of countries across the globe, strong-arming your way through court systems with your ill-gotten gains, trying to infiltrate the world of the rational day by day. And your head figure, the corpse of a science fiction huckster, which you have made to dance like some macabre puppet, has become the ultimate idol for the ultimate coven of idolaters. 6. You try to hide your guilt on all these pre-existing counts behind a mantle of faith. Your spineless self-defense knows no bounds of decency or morality. You seek every refuge you can, like a bubonic rat desperate not to drown in the brig of a transatlantic ship. The use of faith as a catch-all, combined with your calculated skulking in the world's system of laws, has led you to assume your total protection from the judgment of the common man. As such, you have grown more diabolical with every passing minute, ever devolving into a more base caricature of the world as it is. But you are wrong, and the voice of the public can still make even your fortifications crumble. This is it. These are the final days of your sham. The people you have enslaved shall be freed, your attack dogs shall be silenced, and your entire establishment shall be unraveled. You cannot prevent this. You cannot deter this. Money or luxuries will not sway us. We are not motivated by a personal or secondary goal. Our aim is your destruction, in the name of the good of all people on this earth. Our assault has only begun, and shall not cease until your church is no more. Our efforts will ebb and flow, but our persistence will be as reliable as the tides. Your time is up. Welcome to your end. That these defendants now attempt to hide behind the sacred principles of freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and the right to privacy, which principles they repeatedly demonstrated a willingness to violate with impunity, adds insult to the injuries which they have inflicted on every element of society. Sentencing Memorandum of United States v. Mary Sue Hubbard.